ask about your media diet as someone who is in the media yourself. What do you do? What's your daily routine? You doing the New York Times, a journal? Do you watch your own network? How do you stay on top of all this stuff? Daily Show, Colbert?
I read, 90 90% of what I ingest is read.
Yeah.
I listen to a bunch of podcasts. I watch a ton of clips, but those are sort of disparate. I don't really have an opportunity to watch television. I get home at maybe 10. I talk to my wife. We sort of go through the day, and then go to bed. When I wake up in the morning, I mostly depend upon social media, Twitter particularly. My Twitter feed is kind of like the backbone of the media, and I'm just reading all day. I probably read 200 articles a day, something like that, and watch clips, listen to podcasts on my walk to the train, my train commute. It's this kind of video game of information parsing where there's things coming at you and you feel like you're in a first-person shooter and you have to shoot them before they get
There's so much. There's just so much coming at you at all times. Do you listen to the Serial podcast? They got some fans.
So
Thanks, guys. I created it. Thank you very much.
Exactly. You discovered it.
Yeah.
Yes, I am like, I'm slightly. There's like a little pain in my heart that everyone in the room is like, because like it's one of these things where it is now clear to me that loving cereal isn't a thing that I love. It's a thing that just conforms to every cliche that one would anticipate about who I am. Which is a sad transformation that happened in the span of 7 weeks. I can't wait till they talk to Jay. When are you going to talk to Jay? Is Jay going to talk to you? And was the freaking payphone there at the Best Buy or not? For the love of Christ. Literally, when I come in, my whole staff, we're all upset. We are, of course, obsessed with it because we were freaking cliches. And we come in and people are talking about it and we go back and forth. But it's what the great thing about Serial, there's a few great things. One is that it's this marriage of sort of high and low, right? So it's sort of true crime, which we can think of as a sort of lowbrow genre with NPR, which is a highbrow genre. They sort of put them together. Right. Part of them also is there's just something if you're in the world that you and I are, right? Which is you're making stuff for people to look at.
The world full of carbon. Yeah.
That world.
Yeah.
Carbon world.
Carbon world.
If you exist in carbon world, you find like this right now. This thing we're doing here, right? This has a certain form.
Sure.
And you're doing something
sloppy.
Sloppy.
Unprofessional.
Sloppy. Yeah.
But a form nonetheless.
There's a form here, right? And you're sort of paying homage to that form. You're sort of subverting it at the same time. But you find as you engage in trying to produce a product that people will listen to, that there's this kind of tyranny of form. Form has this kind of power, and you could feel almost as the person who's piloting the aircraft that the thing you do that like it's like when you're in the form, you feel that you're contributing to the form as much as an aircraft and a pilot flapping his arms contributes to the lift of the plane. Like, it's like the form is the thing that's taking off, and I'm sitting there being like, oh no, it's not going well.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not, the form is doing it. And so what I find fascinating about Serial is that it genuinely feels like a new form. So it's this thing, and it's like, whoa, that's not a plane, and that's not a car, it's not a boat, that's a new thing. Someone made a new thing formally. And I'm sort of obsessed with form right now because I think that we're in this fascinating moment in the media landscape in which there are all kinds of opportunities emerging for new forms. But the fact of the matter is, form is so sort of ingrained in how we think about how you produce a thing that it's very difficult to actually come up with a new form. And so what is exciting about Serial is that these people just came up with a new form, and it just sort of formally feels, it's the way that like a great pop song sounds like a pop song you've heard before. So you listen to Serial, you're like, oh, of course this thing has existed forever. But it hasn't, they just made it.
Right. Is there a baby in the crowd?
Yeah. Or someone with indigestion.
Speaking of forms, bad form.
That is the ultimate form that overdetermines the content.
Bad form, bring a baby to a comedy
baby
show.
Form is the most overdetermined form that exists.
But that's a very complicated but great point I think you made there.